Yesterday, Donald Trump made history when a single Truth Social post caused the stock market to experience its third best day in history. This is causing Democrat politicians to absolutely lose their mind. They are furious that the stock market is going up, when just a day prior, they were furious that the stock market was going down. It's a consistent pattern. They're furious when Trump implements tariffs, and then they're also furious when he takes the tariffs away. It just proves these people have no principles. I'm almost certain at this point, if Donald Trump came out and said he was a fan of the mothers of every Democrat in Congress, that same day, those Democrats would disown their mother from their family. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel, but let's take a look at the Truth Social post that was heard around the world. This is in response to China implementing 84% tariffs on the United States. Trump said, "Based on the lack of respect that China has shown to the world markets, I am hereby raising the tariff charge to China by the United States of America to 125%. Effective immediately." At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. Conversely, and based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called representatives of the United States to negotiate a solution to the subjects being discussed relative to trade barriers, tariffs, currency manipulation, and non-monetary tariffs, and that these countries have not, at my strong suggestion, retaliated in any way, shape, or form against the United States, I have authorized a 90-day pause and a substantially lowered reciprocal tariff during this period of 10%. Also effective immediately. So what Donald Trump did was he planted a trap. He wanted to test the loyalty of the countries around the world and see which were willing to sacrifice to work with the United States and who would retaliate instantly and reveal themselves to be the true adversaries. You want to know the only two countries who retaliated? China and Canada. But for the rest of the countries that didn't, and the 75 that actually reached out wanting to renegotiate trade deals that are more favorable to the United States, as a gesture of gratitude and camaraderie, Trump has rewarded them with simple baseline tariffs of 10%. Instead of the 64% that was issued on somebody like Vietnam. And he absolutely mollywops China with a 125% tariff on top of the original 20% fentanyl tariff. So a product that used to cost $100 from China now costs $250. The United States has officially withdrawn itself from being a customer of China. This is massive. Trump has forced everybody to pick a side. Are you going with China or are you going with the United States? If you come with us, you're gonna get rich. If you decide to go with China, you can get rich, just not at the United States' expense. We went from getting ripped off globally just a few months ago to now 10% global baseline tariffs on everybody. That will help bring back jobs and create revenue through tariffs. And we bombed the Chinese economy, and the stock market loves it. That's why this gain was so historic, because the scenario that Trump ended us with today, just a few months prior, people would have considered impossible, too drastic. Let me throw up on the screen what the stock market looked like yesterday. The Dow closed up 7.9%, the S&P up 9.5%, and the NASDAQ up 12%. And people are wondering, why didn't Donald Trump just do this in the first place? Why did it have to be so chaotic? This is why we keep telling Democrats it's the art of the deal. You're talking about global trade negotiations between nations. There are no bigger, more high-stakes discussions than these. Trump could have simply asked and been nice and been diplomatic and done things slowly and cordially and probably wouldn't have gotten much from it. Instead, he put the entire world on notice, showed that he is not playing around. He was willing to inflict damage on every country on earth to let them know he was serious about reorganizing global trade. He gave everybody a little taste of what could happen to their economy if they decide to partner with China instead of the United States. And now we have 75 countries wanting to renegotiate deals, starting with the European Union, South Korea, Japan, Taiwan, Israel. If we balance our trade deficit with these countries, that represents hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars that will now be spent with American companies, as opposed to the other way around. That means these American companies are going to have to expand production, hire more. The baseline 10% tariffs, this is going to raise revenue and continue to encourage manufacturing to return to the United States. And we've isolated China, our biggest strategic adversary, in a time where they are already going through severe economic hardship. And losing the United States along with its partners and its allies in this new restructuring is going to severely impact China. Just today, the yuan, which is their currency, is down to its lowest level in 18 years.